YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Booba and welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope you guys are having an incredible day. Now, a lot of people have been asking in the last couple of days for us to do a ranking video on the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 most meta strikers currently in FC24. If you guys do enjoy these kinds of videos and you want to see more of them on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like, and then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, this year in FC24, I feel like there's a really good balance between players that do prefer like your aerial meta and then players that also do prefer your smaller, more agile type of players. Now, personally, if I had to choose one meta, I feel like the smaller, more intricate type of players suit my style of play a little bit more. But if we look at all the pros, if we look at all the like top tier FC24 players, they do like their taller, more physical type of strikers. Now, before we jump into the top 10 list, I want to give some honorable mentions, players that didn't make the top 10 but are fantastic strikers this year. And the three honorable mentions that I ended up choosing were greats of the game icon Cruyff, the new futties Heung-min Son card, and then also futties Alex Morgan. I mean, three incredible strikers. I think that there's a lot of versatility with them as well. The playstyle pluses are really effective. And I think out of the three, Heung-min Son is the newest one and the most expensive. He's going on the market for like 3 million coins. And I feel like with the way that the card is set up, Son this year in FC24, a fantastic option, especially as team of the season card. Alex Morgan, a very underrated player in my opinion. The finesse shot, some of the best finesse shots in FC24. And then with Cruyff, man, we were lucky enough to pack Cruyff on our second account, and honestly, man, as a striker, center forward, just so good technically. Now, one thing that I really want to go ahead and add before we jump into the top 10 meta players is that I try to make the list purely on strikers. Now, as you guys know, we do also have a lot of wingers that can play the striker position. We have Neymar, I think Hansen, a few of her cards you can also use at the striker position, but I didn't include them in the list because I feel like it wouldn't be fair for me to compare like Neymar with Erling Haaland. So if you guys do want to see more videos like this in the future where we maybe rank the top 10 midfielders, the top 10 wingers, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Now, kicking off the list at the number 10 spot is none other than the new futties icon card for Samuel Eto'o. Now, as you guys know, Eto'o, we did get his SBC a few days ago, and honestly, man, a fantastic striker in game. After using him in a few more games of like FUT Champions Division Rivals, I think that the cost of the SBC is roughly 2.5 million coins, and I think that it's safe to say that he makes an incredible striker in game. He also makes a very good center forward if you run the 4-3-2-1 formation. In front of goal, man, he is just so clinical with both the finesse shot and power shot playstyle pluses, but he can also create a lot of chances, especially with the ping pass. But again, man, the technical side to his game is absolutely incredible. The physical side is really good, especially in terms of sprint speed and acceleration. I love the fact that he does have the quick step playstyle, plus he does also have the technical, so the R1 dribbling was really good. But the only real letdown for the card, in my personal opinion, is that the strength and aggression doesn't really feel that real in game. If you come up against like your taller, more physical type of center backs, maybe like a Virgil van Dijk, maybe like William Saliba, I feel like he gets pushed off the ball quite easily. But other than that, man, a phenomenal striker in game, a very good SBC to go ahead and craft over time. I do think that they maybe made the SBC a little bit overpriced, but with the 84 times 10 being repeatable now, a great SBC to complete. Now, like I said, boys, I did try my best in making the list as balanced as possible. At the number 9 spot, we have none other than Drogba. Now, the new futties icon Drogba card, man, an incredible striker in game. I think that he's one of my favorite strikers this year. And as you guys know, throughout FC24, he had so many really OP special cards. He had his Winter Wild card, he had his Golazo icon card. For the FC Pro like championship, he also got that SBC card. I mean, just so many different versions. And I think that it's safe to say that he's probably been one of the most consistent strikers throughout the entirety of FC24. And I think that throughout the year, he has been one of the most consistent and one of the most annoying strikers to play against. Annoying in a good way, man. He is a fantastic striker. 3 out of the 4 playstyle pluses are really effective in my opinion. He has the rapid playstyle plus, and I will say he is a very quick striker. The power shot is very underrated in my opinion, and then obviously the aerial. Now, in order to take the card to the next level, I do think that maybe they could have given him something better than the tiki-taka, and I feel like they should have given the card 5-star skill moves as well. But even without the 5-star skill moves going forward, he was incredible. And I think that it's safe to say that the main reason why we put him at the number 9 spot is because of how much versatility you get with him in the attack. I think that a lot of people just assume that Drogba is a target man, whipping a lot of crosses to him, have him convert the chance. But after using him in a lot of different games of FUT Champions and Division Rivals, he is most definitely more than that. The technical side to his game, if you go ahead and give him an engine chem style, is incredible. I think that the passing with the tiki-taka is very accurate. And then with that extra agility and balance boost with the press proven playstyle, I think that the left stick dribbling is really good as well. So if you do maybe run the 4-4-2 formation, I think that you can also create a lot of chances with him. The goal scoring ability in front of goal is just so consistent. And yeah, man, I think that it's safe to say for 1.2 million coins at the number 9 position, Didier Drogba is a phenomenal striker. Now, taking the number 8 spot, we do have Emilio Butragueño, his Futties Icon SBC card. And I will say, man, between like the 8th position and the 5th position, I had a very difficult time picking these players. Now, Butragueño, man, I think that when the SBC was released, a lot of people weren't too happy because they did make the SBC very expensive. But after using him in a few games of FUT Champions and Division Rivals, man, a phenomenal attacker. I just want to start off by saying I think that he's the best dribbler in FC24. I think that the left stick dribbling with his 99 dribbling is absolutely insane. Such a silky player on the ball. He does also have the technical playstyle, plus the R1 dribbling is incredible as well. And if you do prefer your smaller, more intricate type of players, I think that Butragueño is probably one of the best currently in FC24. I love the fact that he does have 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, the explosive acceleration type with the quick step, a very quick player as well. Now, with the way that the card is set up, we can see that the technical side to his game is really good. There's a lot of different chem styles that you can go ahead and give the card. If you do want him to be a bit more of a playmaker, the Architect chemistry style is really nice to really help out with the passing and then also the physicality. And I feel like with the Architect chemistry style, you're getting a player that is much more balanced from an attacking perspective. And he's just ultimately a very tricky player to play against. I mean, there's just so much versatility with the card. You can run him at the striker position. You can also use him as like a center forward, left wing, right wing. And if you do prefer your smaller, more intricate type of players for roughly 1.7 million coins, I think that he easily takes the number 8 spot. Now, at the number 7 spot, we do have Mia Hamm, her Futties Icon SBC, the most expensive SBC during the Futties promo. I think that is coming in and around like 4.5 million coins, which is honestly ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that there are 30 different requirements and 27 out of the 30 requirements are a 93 rated team. So yeah, man, it is most definitely a grind, but it is a grind that is very much worth it, especially now with the 84 times 10 being repeatable. If you are looking for an SBC to go ahead and craft over time, I think that Hamm is a fantastic option. Now, I'm pretty sure that in a player review, I did say that I prefer Butragueño a little bit more compared to Mia Hamm, but after using her in a few more games of FUT Champions, I do think that Mia Hamm is the better option. And the main reason behind it being is that she is just so clinical in front of goal. I think that it's safe to say that she is one of the most clinical strikers in FC24, 99 shooting with both the finesse shot and power shot playstyle pluses. And I love when a player does have both the finesse shot and power shot playstyle pluses. I think that it makes the defending against him very difficult. There's a lot of variety in attack. This is another player that is a smaller, more agile type of player with a lot of versatility. So very similar to Butragueño, if you do prefer your smaller, more intricate type of players, another really good SBC to go ahead and complete. Now, I do think that she's probably best suited as a striker and maybe like the 4-4-2 formation, but she does also make a phenomenal center forward if you do run the 4-3-2-1. And I feel like the most cracked thing with the Mia Hamm SBC card is the fact that her power shots are just so consistent. I remember when we did a player review on her, we did a lot of like the R3 touch where you hit a power shot onto a volley, and that was just so consistent and so OP. And I mean, if we look at her stats, man, 97 pace, 99 shooting, 97 dribbling, the physicality isn't half bad either. I think that the only letdown for the card is maybe that she isn't the strongest of players. I feel like she can get pushed off the ball quite easily. But if you go ahead and incorporate the technical side to her game as much as possible, man, it's very difficult to defend against her. And although it is a very expensive SBC to go ahead and complete, I do think that it's worth it, especially now with the 84 times 10 being repeatable. Now, because I don't want the video to be too long, I am going to try to go through these players as much as possible. And taking the number 6 spot is my favorite SBC during the Futties promo is none other than Eusebio. Now, with Eusebio, man, as soon as I saw the card, I just knew that he was going to be a phenomenal player. 99 rated, 4 playstyle pluses that are extremely effective in game. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, a smaller build as well. So if you do prefer those smaller, more agile players, Eusebio a great option. And the one thing that I like with Eusebio, this might sound a little bit weird, but I feel like the 4 playstyle pluses, you can kind of pair them together. I think that both the finesse shot and power shot work really well going forward, and then I think that the technical and quick step work really well as well. And the main reason why I went ahead and put Eusebio over Mia Hamm and then also Butragueño was the physicality. I think that the physical side to his game is a lot better compared to the other two. 90 strength and 93 aggression, a very strong player on the ball. In the few games that we did end up using him in FUT Champions and Division Rivals, I think that he's a very jammy player and he gets a lot of things to go his way. And again, man, there's just a lot of versatility with the way that you can incorporate him. You can run him at the striker position in front of goal, man. He's just so clinical. But you can also use him as like a center forward and right wing. So, I mean, it's a great SBC to go ahead and complete. And like I said, the main reason why we put him at the number 6 spot is because he does have a bit more physicality, and I feel like you can most definitely feel that in game. Now, at the number 5 spot, we might have a bit of a controversial option, but we are going to go ahead and put Kai Havertz. Now, I know that the preferred position for the card is as a center attacking mid, but a lot of the pros and a lot of people do run him at the striker position. And again, man, kind of like the previous players, a lot of versatility with the card. He can play as a center mid. He can also play as a right wing. And I feel like the most OP thing with the card is the fact that he does have a bigger build in game. He is most definitely an aerial type of striker. I'm going to go ahead and say that he probably has one of the best acceleration boosts after the step over in FC24. So difficult to defend against. Now, I do feel like there are a few letdowns for the card, but it isn't anything too drastic. I feel like he still makes an incredible attacker in game. I do think that only 2 out of the 4 playstyle pluses are effective for the card. He does have the technical and the finesse shot, which we all know how OP that is. But then they went ahead and gave him the power header and then also the acrobatic. Now, the power header is a little bit effective, especially with the aerial playstyle, but the acrobatic is a bit of an L, and I think that that drops down the card just a little bit. And then also the fact that he does have 4-star skill moves. But if you do run him as a target man in your starting 11, I just feel like he has all the qualities to make him a phenomenal striker. Now, if we go ahead and look at his in-game stats in a bit more detail, I will say the shooting does lack just a little bit, so I would highly recommend a chem style to help out with that. I think that the technical side to his game for the most part is absolutely incredible. The passing and dribbling very good. Despite him having a bigger build in game, I do still think that he was quite smooth on the ball, especially with the technical playstyle plus. But the physical side, man, the physical side to his game is almost unstoppable. I think that he makes a great striker. He makes a phenomenal center forward, and then you can also use him as a center attacking mid and center mid. As you guys know, a lot of people do run this Kai Havertz card at the striker position. A lot of pros, if they don't have him in their starting 11, they do use him as a super sub and off of the bench. And if you guys did watch a few of the tournaments, man, I mean, he just makes an instant impact, very difficult to defend against, and that's the main reason why we went ahead and put him at the number 5 spot. Now, boys, we're coming down to the wire, man. Our final 4 players on our top 10 list. At the number 4 spot, we do have Mbappe, team of the tournament. And I will say, man, throughout FC24, Mbappe has been a fan favorite. He has so many special cards. As you guys know, he has his team of the season. He has his team of the year. I'm pretty sure that he had a UCL card as well. Now the team of the tournament. Now, I know when they released the team of the tournament promo, not a lot of people were happy that Mbappe did get a card. The one thing that I absolutely love is the fact that all 4 playstyle pluses are really effective. He does have both the finesse shot and power shot. And like I said with a few of the other players, I really like when an attacker does have both of the playstyle pluses. The quick step playstyle plus with his build and the 99 pace, man, easily the quickest player in FC24. And then I also do really like the addition of the press proven. 99 dribbling, he keeps it very close. It's very difficult to get him off of the ball. And again, man, he's one of those players that does have a lot of versatility. The technical side to his game is really good. I think that the finishing in and around the box is some of the best in FC24, a very consistent striker. The passing isn't half bad, and then the dribbling is really nice as well. So if you want to run him as like a center forward or maybe even out wide, you most definitely can. But the main strength with the card is the pace, man. The 99 pace with the quick step playstyle plus, if you beat that defensive line with Mbappe, I mean, there's just no catching up to him. And when it comes to chemistry styles, boys, I think that there's a lot of variety. You can give him the engine chem style if you want him to be a little bit more balanced technically, but you can also go ahead and give him the sniper or the architect chemistry style to really help out with his physicality as well. And when you go ahead and pair the pace with this physicality, man, it's just so difficult to stop him, and that's why we have him at the number 4 spot. Here we are, boys, our top 3 strikers in FC24, and at the number 3 spot, we do have CR7. Now, this is the very first player on the list that is currently extinct on the market, 15 million coins. And the main reason why I went ahead and put Ronaldo at the number 3 spot is the fact that there's a lot of versatility with the card. I feel like the main problem throughout the year in FC24 with CR7 was his dribbling, man. The dribbling, for some reason, at least me personally, I just couldn't get down the left stick dribbling with him. I feel like in those tight areas, because he did have really low agility and balance, it was a little bit more difficult to attack with him. But with the Futties premium card, man, as you guys can see, 96 pace, 99 shooting, and 99 dribbling. And that upgrade to his dribbling just takes the card to a whole nother level. He does have 99 for each subcategory and then 96 balance. And again, man, I think that there's a lot of versatility with the card. You can run him at the striker position where he is a target man, but you can also play him a little bit out wide, maybe like as a left-sided center forward, and honestly, he can create a lot of chances as well. As you guys know, with Ronaldo, he does have the CR7 body type, and with that body type, man, I just feel like it's very difficult to defend against him. They did also give him the rapid playstyle plus, and he does have one of the best acceleration boosts after the step over in FC24. I mean, he's just so quick with that acceleration that if you're not on your toes, man, he's just gonna fly past you. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot for the card as well. I think that the only letdown is maybe the fact that they went ahead and gave him the power header playstyle plus. I think that they could have given him a playstyle plus that was maybe just a little bit more effective, if they would have given him the aerial playstyle plus, that would have been incredible. If you can get your hands on the card, man, I think that he is just unstoppable going forward. I was lucky enough to get him in a few foot drafts, and he's him, man. He's him. For 15 million coins, easily one of the best strikers in FC24. The finesse shot and power shot playstyle pluses with the card are absolutely cracked. And yeah, man, with his build, with his body type, and with the way that the card is set up, easily one of the top 3 strikers in FC24. Taking the number 2 spot, boys, we do have the greats of the game icon R9 card. Now, the one thing that I absolutely love with the R9 card is I feel like he fits the style of play of the majority of the FC24 players. With a lot of like these aerial, more physical type of players, I feel like it takes some time getting used to. And a lot of FC24 players can't really get around using taller, more physical type of strikers. I feel like if you're not really good at crossing the ball, if you do prefer smaller, more intricate type of players, I mean, it just doesn't work for you, even though it is really OP. But with Ronaldo, man, I think that there's a lot of balance with the card. You can go ahead and use him as that target man, but you can also go ahead and incorporate him as a player that's very good on the ball. You know, you can create a lot of chances with him. 5-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, and with the way that the card is set up, I think that the engine chem style would work really well. Now, for me personally, boys, I do think that R9 is the most clinical striker in FC24. It's between him and the player that is at the number 1 spot. With the finesse shot playstyle plus, man, he is just so clinical, and I do use a lot of finesse shots inside the box with R9. I just feel like it's very difficult to block. It's very difficult to defend against. And I feel like with the quick step playstyle plus at that striker position, I mean, it's just very difficult to catch up to him. So again, man, you can whip in a lot of crosses to him, or you can try to get him in behind where you play over the top through balls. I mean, there's a lot of variety with the way that you can attack with him. Now, if I had to be a little bit picky and choose maybe like a letdown for the card, I feel like even though he doesn't have the greatest of strength and aggression, he is still very strong on the ball. But I do think that they could have given him a 4th playstyle plus that is a little bit more effective than the chip shot. I love the fact that he does have the quick step. I love the fact that he does have the finesse shot. The first touch is also really underrated in my opinion, but the chip shot is a bit of a nail. And I feel like if they maybe gave him like the rapid playstyle plus or maybe the aerial playstyle plus, that would have taken the card maybe to the number 1 spot. But because he does have the chip shot, I do think that that's a bit of an L, but easily one of the best strikers in FC24. So much versatility, so much variety in the attack. And as you guys know, a lot of pro players do have them in their starting 11. If they don't have him in their starting 11, most definitely he's on the bench. And he is currently going on the market for only 3.5 million coins, so his price has dropped a lot. So if you do have some coins saved, I think that he is a phenomenal player to go ahead and pick up, and easily one of the best strikers in the game. And then last but not least, boys, in the most meta striker in FC24, it might be a bit of a controversial option, but I'm gonna go ahead and put Erling Haaland. His futties card from the season rewards is absolutely incredible in game. I feel like going forward, he is just unstoppable. And the main reason why I think that it might be a little bit controversial is that he does have to fit a specific style of play. Now, for me personally, I really don't mind using strikers that do have a bigger build in game, but if you do prefer your smaller, more intricate type of players, then obviously you aren't gonna agree with my choice. 6'5" with the aerial playstyle plus, man, with the aerial meta this year in FC24, I mean, it's just so difficult to defend against that. If you do come up against someone that is really good at crossing and that is really good at corners, man, you're gonna easily concede like 2-3 goals in that game. I love the fact that they also went ahead and gave the card 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot, very well rounded from an attacking perspective. And I do think that he has the best acceleration boost after the step over in FC24, man. With the rapid playstyle plus and with his build, I feel like when you go ahead and pair that with his physicality, I mean, he just barges through different defenders. Now, I will say, man, I think that a lot of people, when using Erling Haaland, they don't really like him in the sense that his agility and balance isn't great, especially with his bigger build. But I feel like he's very smooth on the ball. If you give him the engine chem style, he does have 95 agility and 98 balance. And with the press proven playstyle plus, I think that he keeps the ball very close and it's very difficult to get him off of the ball. I remember when we did a play review on him, I actually said that he kind of feels like he's like 5'11", 6 feet tall with how good he is on the ball. And ultimately, man, when you take all the different strikers currently in FC24, he most definitely fits this year's meta. Now, with the engine chem style, I did actually go ahead and write this down. He does get 99 pace, 99 shooting, 92 passing, 97 dribbling, and 98 physical. And with the aerial meta this year in FC24, it is just so difficult to defend against him, and that's the main reason why we went ahead and put him at the #1 spot. And because he is also completely free, man, it just makes it even better, doesn't it? But that is going to be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy it and you want to see more videos like this on the channel, definitely let me know by leaving a like. Comment down below your top 10 list of the most meta strikers in FC24. I'm actually really interested to see what you guys think. And in the comment section down below, we can most definitely like talk and discuss about the different strikers and what makes them really OP and really meta. And then also consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. I've been your boy Booba, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace.